Welcome back to the Bear Down Podcast, guys. Big show today, so make sure you guys sit back, relax, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget to hit all those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG, and come through and join the Discord fam for exclusive content. Our Black Bears are streaking right now, winners of their last 9 games. Their last loss was in September, and that was against number 6 Michigan. They're coming off a big win against Kansas this past week, 38-24. Blew out Kansas State 45-6, and a tough win against Iowa State, blowing the game open in the fourth quarter. A lot has been shown of this team, and we talked to Coach Thomas about it. Our men are focused right now. That loss to Michigan kind of woke us up. After the game, the coaching staff challenged the team. We said no matter what, we were going to be in the Big 12 championship. And our men have stepped up to the challenge. And one player that has truly stepped up through these past 3 weeks has been Corey Gonzalez, the junior back. He's been showing out, man. The past 3 weeks, 428 yards on the ground. He's rushed for 1,791 yards in his junior campaign. He's averaging just under 150 yards per game, and he has 24 touchdowns on the season. Corey has really stepped his game up his junior year. There has been talks and rumors around campus that he is thinking about declaring early and going into the NFL draft. We hope not, because we're looking to get a national championship game or make a national championship run next season. But you can't fault him for wanting to go. He's rushed for over 4,000 yards in his career at Arkansas A&M. He has almost 60 touchdowns in his career. His longest run came last week against Kansas, 40 yards on the ground. Corey has been a workhorse for us, especially this year. Carries have gone up by 40, and the season's not even over with. We still have 2 more games to go. But let's not forget to talk about this defense. The past 4 weeks, they have really stepped their game up, holding Texas A&M to 14 points, shutting out Iowa State in the fourth quarter, only giving up 24 points, completely shutting down Kansas State's offense, giving up 6 and giving up 24 points to Kansas. Coach Thomas talked about the growth that he has seen so far by his defense. I'm really proud of that group. The D-line has been getting after the quarterback. The linebackers are filling gaps and tackling a lot better, and the secondary is doing a better job at covering. Do I think we played our best game? No, not yet, but we're heading in the right direction. And the crazy part is this team is starting to get recognized across the country. Voters, Heisman voters, have Corey Gonzalez number 1 on their list right now. That is a huge thing. He's ahead of Sean Harper, the quarterback from Texas, who we play this week. Eric Oliver, the running back from Notre Dame, he's having a huge year. David Matthews, the running back from Michigan State, and Lee Newton. If Corey Gonzalez wins the Heisman, this will be the first time in school history that one of our players has been put on this list and will walk away with the trophy. Now, like I mentioned before, we're starting to get a lot of attention on campus. Corey Gonzalez is up for the Maxwell Award. He's number 1 on the Walter Camp Award list. Also on defense, James Ryan, number 1 for the Bednarik, and third on that list is free safety Chauncey Kraft. The Nagurski, we've got James Ryan at 5th, and then Kyle Butler is 8th. The Doak Walker Award, Corey Gonzalez, he's number 1 ahead of Oliver and McNeil from Oregon State. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get David Jones that Mackey Award this year. He fell 26 yards shy of 1,000 yards this regular season, but still putting up some crazy numbers, 76 grabs, 974, and 7 touchdowns. Here's some more love for the defense. Kyle Butler, number 1 on the Lombardi Award list. We got James Ryan, number 1 on the best linebacker list. Chauncey Kraft is 3rd on the Thorpe list. That recognizes the best player in the secondary. And there's Tariq Larson, 2nd for best returner behind Texas strong safety Steve DeLuca. So we wrapped up the regular season beating Kansas. Now we are focused in on the Big 12 championship in Texas. We have been on collision path with this team since the beginning of the year. And honestly, I think this team is ready. We do have concerns on the offensive line. Texas has a stout defense. Our defense is going to be up against a really good offense. That quarterback for Texas is a monster. Not only can he throw the ball, but he can run too. So we're going to have to play our A game this week. And Coach Thomas talked about how they're preparing for it.
This Longhorns team is elite. Their quarterback can do it all. He has speed to kill you if he gets outside the pocket, but also has the arm talent to beat you from inside the pocket. If we take that away, they have 2 running backs that are fast and strong, running behind a huge offensive line. Defensively, playmakers at all 3 levels. If we're going to walk out of Dallas with the win, we have to be able to run the ball, and our short passing game has to carry us.
So let's talk about this Texas squad. They're led by Sean Harper, the senior, 5'11", 195. This year, he's thrown for 3,326 yards, 39 touchdowns with only 3 interceptions. This kid is a star, and he has first-round quarterback talent, guys. Great speed, 91 speed. The throw power still needs some work, but he's very accurate. 89 accuracy. He's elusive. He can break tackles. He's basically a fast running back playing quarterback. We got to come up with a defensive scheme for him. I don't know if Kyle Butler will be able to guard him one-on-one or shadow him one-on-one, so we might have to bring in a linebacker, one of our faster linebackers, to make sure he stays inside the pocket. My biggest concern is him getting outside the pocket and using his legs. But if we shut down Harper, he has a star running back. This is Tyrone Robinson, the senior back from Southlake, Texas, 6'4", 197. He's rushed for 1,186 yards with 16 touchdowns on the year. He's averaging 7.3 yards a carry. We got to tackle. We can't allow him to have 7 yards a carry. Harper, 825 yards on the ground, 5 scores. Then you've got a backup running back, Julius Adams. He rushed for 5'11" and 4 scores. And a fullback who can do it all too, Vince Haynes. He rushed for 312 yards and 6 scores. So they are well-balanced offense. Harper can throw the ball. Harper can run the ball. Robinson can run the ball. Adams can run the ball. We're going to be in for a long day. And Harper has one of the best wide receivers in the country to throw to, Lorenzo Williams, 77 grabs for 1,236 yards, 15 touchdowns. But as you can probably see next to his name, he's injured. I'm not sure what his status is going to be for the game this weekend, but we will definitely keep a close eye on that. Then they have Steve Chavis, another good wide receiver, 94 overall, 49 grabs, 739 yards, 8 touchdowns. John Smith, a junior, 5'11", 190, 39 grabs, 545, 5 scores. At tight end, a big fella, 6'5", 243. This is Brandon Thomas, junior, 29 grabs, 429, 8 scores. And then Antonio Peterson, redshirt sophomore from Michigan, 24 grabs, 320 yards, and 4 scores. So a great group of receivers around Harper. He has an even better offensive line protecting him, man. 90 overall across the board, except for at right tackle. So we're going to have to look to bring some pressure, maybe send a couple blitzes just to get Harper uncomfortable in the pocket. But we also have to be aware that he can sneak out and run. On defense, the Longhorns are stacked. They've got a great defensive line, great linebackers. Their only weakness, and it's not even that big of a weakness, is at cornerback. Nobody over 85 or 89 overall. Marcus Estes leads the team with 81 tackles. And you've got Sean Reed with 64. Evan Ware, big defensive end. He's got 61. Another defensive end, this is Eric Carter. He's got 54. And then Richard Higgins, the strong safety, he's got 50 tackles on the year. The boys bring pressure to. Estes leads the team with 6.5 sacks. Carter is second with 5.5. Ware has 3.5. Cleveland, a defensive end, has 2.5. Gerald Williams, a strong safety, he's got 2.5. Setzer, the starting middle linebackers, got 2. Reed and Higgins each have 1.5. Ray has 1, and then Ellis has a half a sack. They don't force too many interceptions, as you can see. Higgins has 2 picks. Reed has 2. Jansen is their best corner. He's a senior, 5'11", 197. He's got 1 interception. Mike Jones at free safety has 1, and then Setzer has 1. But check this out, man. This is a crazy stat. They do have a lot of deflections. Jansen has 14. Gibson, the other corner, has 8. Estes has 6. And then you have Jones with 5. They forced 2 fumbles, recovered 4, and no defensive touchdowns. So we got to be aware of the defensive line and their linebackers. I'm pretty sure they like to send their linebackers on blitzes because they're quick and fast and big. probably going to look to go quick passes here, slants, drag routes, dump downs to the running back. Ira Harris might have to have a big game this week against this defense out of the backfield as a receiver. Hopefully our offensive line can open up some run lanes for Corey Gonzalez. It's going to be tough. A lot of big bodies on that defensive line. We got to get to the second level and get bodies on the linebackers. This is going to be a chess match for sure. So here's an update on Lorenzo Williams, the wide receiver from Texas. He's going to be out for this game. He strained his Achilles, so he's down for 2 more weeks. He should be back for the bowl game for Texas. This game has a lot on the line for the Longhorns. They win, they're in. They'll be going to the Natty. They lose, they're out. So our Black Bears have to show up and play, and we might be able to pull off an upset and knock Texas out of the national championship. To the recruiting trail we go, and it was a big week for recruiting for this class. We were able to land Richard Anderson, the 6'1", 189-pound corner from South Carolina. Again, I like this guy as maybe a safety, 89 speed, 80 agility, 88 acceleration, great play rec. He can cover too, 84 man, 78 zone, 80 press. He's not going to wow you with his tackling ability, but when he hits you, you might feel it. If we don't land our top guy, Nick Ginn, I can see Anderson sliding into that backup free safety spot. We're adding more depth on the defensive line. We picked up Trey Turner from Oklahoma, 6'5", 233, another defensive end, number 19 in this class. Great block shedding, great traits getting after the quarterback, can tackle, great pursuit, great play rec. Speed's a little bit of a concern, but I'm imagining putting a red shirt on him this next year because we have so much depth on our defensive line already. But this kid, I can see him being a star in the next couple seasons for us. Adding more depth to the outside linebacker room, this is Julian Harrington, 6'2", 254 from Tennessee, number 91 in the outside linebacker class. And again, just more depth, 81 speed, 80 tackle. Again, he's not going to wow you with his stats, but I can see him playing special teams for a couple years, maybe getting a chance to play maybe in his senior year. The guy I think everybody's most excited about that's headed to campus is Dustin Carey, the 30th ranked athlete in this class, 4-star prospect, 6'1", 185 from Evergreen Park, Illinois. And this kid is a true athlete. He can play all over the field, 89 speed, 78 agility, 87 acceleration, 70 tackle, 87 man coverage, 85 zone coverage, 89 pursuit, 83 play rec. He can also play wide receiver. He's got 80 catching, 86 route running, 84 catching traffic. He can play quarterback with 92 throw power, 78 throw accuracy. This kid is just a true athlete. I'm envisioning playing him on the defensive side of the ball at corner, but I would not be shocked if Coach Thomas found a couple formations for Carey to play. He's just too talented not to have on the field. And we had another big defensive end. This is Caleb Walker from New Jersey, 6'5", 260, the number 40 defensive end in the class, 3-star prospect. But we're expecting big things out of this kid. He might be kicked inside with 68 speed, 62 agility, 83 strength. The finesse move is great. He can get off of blocks, great tackling, can get after the quarterback with 88 pursuit. We might have found another star to play on our defensive line. To the top of the board we go. Nick Ginn had his visit to Auburn and fell in love. The Tigers take over the lead by a nice amount, 1,325 points. I'm just excited because this race is going into the offseason, so we'll be able to put a lot more points into them. Same could be said about Chris Johnson at outside linebacker, 4-star prospect from Louisiana. The Longhorns and Mississippi State are ahead of us right now, but because it's going into the offseason, we are able to put a lot more time and a lot more points into them. These two are must-gets. I think they will help change the defense with their speed, their tackling ability, especially with Ginn's coverage ability. And Chris Johnson, I think, could start at outside linebacker day one for us. But don't forget about Justin Owens. I like this kid a lot. 6'1", 173, 4-star prospect, number 9 corner from Georgia. Great speed, 93 speed, 95 or 85 agility, 94 acceleration, great play rec too. Solid cover traits. I know we're stacked at corner going into next season, but we need more speed. 93 speed at corner, 80 man coverage, 82 zone coverage. I like that a lot, man. We're going to put a few points into him going into the offseason, but Chris Johnson, Nick Ginn, must-gets. They're going to be game changers on defense. And if you really pay attention to our board, we focused a lot on defense this year. I think our offense is already stacked. We've got a nice group that will be coming back next season. Only big change will probably be at quarterback, and it's going to be a battle. We're going to have 3 quarterbacks next year that can really play. Our run game, if Corey Gonzalez does decide to stay, our run game is still going to be elite. We're going to have to get a new tight end, but the offensive line will be back together for one more year. So the offense is going to be fine. It's the defense that I have concerns about. A lot of younger players are going to have to step up and play bigger roles going into next season. As of right now, we have signed 13 prospects, and we are the 12th ranked class in this in the country. Number 1 right now, shocker. Bama has 21 prospects, 2 5-stars, 7 4-stars, and 11 3-stars. Nebraska has 17 prospects signed. They're second. Washington, I'm kind of shocked by that. They're third. LSU is fourth. Then you've got Notre Dame, Missouri, North Carolina. They're the Longhorns with 11. Michigan State, Oklahoma has 13. Then you've got Florida State, us, USC, Vandy, TCU, Navy, Minnesota, Cincinnati, Stanford, Hawaii. Round out your top 20. If bowl season was to start right now, we would be headed to the Fiesta Bowl, taking on Navy. We will be playing on the New Year's Day Bowl, which I'm excited about, but everything is not set in stone. We could be moving up. How far? I'm not sure, but it all depends on how this Big 12 championship game plays out. Here's a look at the BCS standings going into championship weekend. Bama is 1, Texas in at 2. Then you've got Florida at 3, Stanford 4, Navy 5. Michigan is in at 6. Notre Dame is 7. Michigan State is 8. Florida State 9. Illinois top 10. LSU is 11th. Then you've got us sitting at 12. Arkansas is 13. North Carolina 14. Penn State, Colorado State, Clemson, San Diego State, South Alabama, Middle Tennessee. Then you've got Nebraska, Kentucky, Oregon, Baylor, and Mississippi State rounds out your top 25 in the BCS. So that's going to do it for this week's Bear Down podcast. A big week ahead, man. We're getting ready for the Big 12 championship, taking on the Longhorns, and then we'll find out which bowl game we're headed to. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for what's ahead for this team. If you are too, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell, join the Noti Squad, and make sure you guys hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. And make sure you guys come through and join the Discord fan for exclusive content. And we'll talk from the Big 12 championship on Tuesday. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.